Well, Adam, your 360L is all finished. I have the roof lights done with 3 rotary beacons, the boom light, the house light, and fixed the track drives, and put the Servonaut excavator sound system in it for you. And the speaker's in a nice spot. It's on the right side of the house, sticking out right where sitting inside where there's just a bunch of open vents. So the sound's fantastic. And I can't drive it around. I can't spin it much because like we talked on the phone, we need that bottom plate to be put on before I can rotate it too much, because the bottom plate actually holds the what do you call it? The slew ring from rotating. And it also won't pull on the drive wires for the drive motors. But I texted you an image of all the controls, what all the channels do, and I'll also go over it with a radio. And then when we get to the show on Thursday night, I guess it'll be, we can set your radio up to make everything work. But I'll run everything without the sound system first, just so I can show you how everything works. The rear left switch, of course I can change this too if you want to change stuff around. The rear left switch runs all your rotary beacons. They all work together. Let me move this over a little bit so you can see all 3 of them. There, you can see the 3rd one through the cab. And they all work together. They're 4-mode beacons, so every time you change it, they all change together. And if they were to ever get out of sync, all you have to do is cycle power on the machine itself, and that'll put them back into order again. But I've never run 3 beacons off of one channel, but a lot of times I've run 2 off of one channel, and it works fine. It works great. And then your first switch on the left here is your roof light that I added for you, and then your next switch over would be your house lights, or your headlights and your tail lights for the house. And then this far switch over here is your boom lights. And what is this? Does this one do anything? Yeah, there's your pump. So the controls are all set the way you usually do, where it's left and right, and then boom, curl, and stick. And I have the pump. The pump works. Oh, I bumped the tracks. Your tracks are on the sliders, and again, we can change that if you want. I didn't like them being on a switch because then you can't go slow with them unless you set the rate for just slow. So the tracks are on the sliders, and there's something I did with the sound system that makes it a little easier to deal with the sliders and setting them at neutral. But I'll tell you about that later. So the pump has 2 stages. You turn on one stage, that's like half speed, and even at half speed, it works pretty nice. And then I know you like stuff to move faster, so here's full speed. So it's pretty fast. So there's the pump. Now the sound system, this has the SMB, which is the excavator Servonaut sound system in it. So just like a regular Servonaut sound system, though, when you lift your 3-position switch up and back, that starts it, and then down hits the horn. Now, when you run the tracks, it makes the track sound. And I have the track set so that if you have the trim off just by a little bit, you'll know, because you'll hear the tracks moving. So it kind of helps you know that you don't have it centered. So you're not sitting there digging with the tracks moving or crawling a little bit. And then the sound for the hydraulics. Oh, pump's not on. There's all your hydraulic sounds. Pretty cool sound system. Oh, see, now you can hear a little bit of sound. So I have the tracks on perfectly neutral. Still making a little bit of sound on the tracks, so I'll have to adjust the centering on it. Because I can hear it moving just a little bit. So I'll adjust that. I'll adjust the tracks more. But there you go. I'll fully charge a battery in this guy, and I will see you Thursday at Cabin Fever.